Hello.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the pod.
We are happy to be here. Full disclosure, we are recording 2 episodes in the same day today, so
Long time no talk. It's been
it's
like
yeah, 2
3 minutes.
seconds. I
Um,
love it.
I hope you guys are
Now
doing
I have to
well.
think of another. I have to think of another win now.
Yeah, that's the worst part of double recording is we have to think of 2 wins for the same week, which is fine. It makes us think about like, okay, what actually went well
Ooh,
in this
you know
week.
what? I actually do have a good win. So, um, not really on purpose. We, as in my household, have cut our alcohol consumption back significantly. Um, and I don't even really miss it because I've noticed, and I also listened to a podcast about this recently too. And I just noticed that like my sleep is really, really affected by even one drink. And I'm just not willing to I'm just not really willing to like negotiate with that right now. And so I'm just like, no. So I'm drinking a bubbly.
We love
Uh,
that.
and yeah, I was actually thinking the other day, I was like, you know what? Sometimes you just really want like a beer. And I was like, I wonder if I should try some like, because I feel like non-alcoholic beer has come a really long way in the last couple of
It
years.
has.
Um, and yeah, and I'm just like, I was away on the weekend and I did have like a night out with some pals and beverages were consumed and I was trash the next day, like garbage. And I was like, I can't do this anymore. I'm not built for this anymore. But the win in that is that we did some tequila shots and we did like the ski
Yeah,
we toasted ular and it snowed like 15 centimeters the next day.
we love that.
So worth it for this year? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Right?
The
I don't know.
snow is not
Anyways,
great.
so yeah, I just noticed like a big change in my sleep from not drinking a lot. And yeah, even now, like on a Friday night, we'll like my husband and I will share like half a beer, which seems like zero, but I'm okay with it.
Yeah, because fun fact, if you didn't know, alcohol doesn't help your recovery or your sleep. Like people who are like, oh, I passed out
Mm-mm.
when I drank. Yeah, but you did sleep well.
No,
Your body wasn't able to
no.
recover because your body's like, you just put a bunch of toxins in my body and now I have to deal with it. So like I
And
can't do anything else for you.
if you track your sleep, like if you wear a Garmin or a Whoop or any of those things, you're going to notice that your stress levels go up when you've had a drink or more, and you're not going into as deep of sleep. So therefore your body's not recovering enough. Like I don't know if you know, like so Garmin has this thing called body battery. So it gives you like
Mhm.
a score out of 100 for the day. On Sunday, I woke up and my body battery was like a 15. I finished at like a 0. Like
It
it
was
was
like,
like my Garmin's like, "Hey, you're bottoming out. You should probably chill." And I was like, "I literally can't. I'm on a course. Sorry."
yeah, no can do. Uh, yeah, I just think it's funny when people are like, yeah, but like I pass out when I drink. I'm like, yeah, but you're not like your body is like,
Mm-mm.
cool, let me filter these toxins you just put in here. So like I can't
Yeah.
do anything else for you. And that's why you don't feel rested. So yeah, I don't, and I think we talked about that in like our 2024 ins and outs was like both
Mhm.
of us were just like, yeah, I'm over the
Oh
casually.
yeah, maybe we should talk about it. But it's been like quite a while of not really. And also for the budget friendly folks, um it's putting a dent not buying as many beers.
100%. I have noticed I do that too, like going out for food more often because that's like a weekly occurrence. I would say I go like out for
Yeah,
food with friends, but like what a difference it makes to like get your food and like a diet Pepsi or just a water than it does to do like your food and even one drink. I feel like my bills, like every time I get a bill still, I'm like, that's it. Because I'm like literally just eating
right.
food, which is a
I
nice.
had I had a delicious kombucha at a restaurant
I love
um
that.
on the weekend and I was like, It was mint flavored. It was so good. I was like, this is like the mojito of kombucha, and I am here for it. Which led me to think maybe I should buy some kombucha again because like I like that stuff. It's good. I
Mhm.
forgot that I liked it so much.
I do love a kombucha. What was my one? I had one for a second. Where did it go? Come back to me. Come back to me.
Mm.
Uh, it's gone. Shoot. ADHD did its thing. I should have wrote it down when I thought of it. Uh, I'm just gonna take. Oh, yeah. It might be vain, and someone might roll their eyes, but I don't care because it's a goal I've been working towards for a long time. So you can
You
be
can
mad
be
at it if you
vain.
want to. I have said for years, like it's got a Snapchat memory the other day that it was like, is 2022 the year I finally have like abs? It wasn't. In case anyone's wondering, it wasn't the year.
Update.
Um, but it is now 2024, and not that I have like a six pack, but I have just noticed over the last like month or so from like the work I've been putting in that I have like consistent core definition, like morning to night versus, you wake up in the morning and you're like, oh, looking skinny. And then it like
But
goes
you're
away.
actually just like dehydrated.
Yeah. And then you drink some water and eat your breakfast and you're like, oh, never mind. Uh, it's
I
like,
seriously look my best at 7 o'clock in the morning,
yeah.
honestly.
But like, it's cool to see that like I have put in the work and I do actually have like, I wouldn't say I have abs, but I have like enough core
Um,
definition that it
excuse
like,
you. You do have abs. We all do.
you're right. But I can just like see them most of the day now. Like I can operate through my day and like feel equally good versus only being like, oh, I can see my progress in the morning. And I think that's a cool like physical progress that it's not just like something that pops up every once in a while. I'm just like, oh, now this is a thing I actually did.
But also, that's a good reminder, and we mentioned it on the previous episode, which is why it's fresh in my head, is why we can't really put timelines on stuff like this because we don't know how fast our bodies are going to change or how much they're going to be willing to change, right? Like,
Yeah.
I often think of that when I see the old, like, 12-week transformation or whatever. And I'm like, but the thing is like some people will be very quick and some people will be, their bodies are just a little more stubborn and it just takes so much more time. And I just feel like you said it best, you're like, we just need to stop putting timelines on those types of goals and just keep working on it until we start to see the results that we're looking
Yeah.
for.
Because if I would have
Um,
said, is 2022 the year I get abs? And then it didn't happen. And then I was like, well, we're done with that. I wouldn't have gotten here. Like it's taken 2 years of
two
tweaking,
years.
changing, adjusting, figuring out my diet, figuring out my training, figuring out what my body actually needed to like produce the results I wanted. But like if I would have had the timeline only as 2022, I wouldn't be saying this right now.
Yeah. Yeah, 2 years, guys. 2 years. Most people don't stick it out for longer than, like, 2 months.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Yeah.
good for you.
And
I love that for
speaking
you.
Thanks. Speaking of sticking it out and working out, I had some questions come through, and it's fitting for this time of the year because if you didn't know, January, and I say this with love, January, everyone hits the ground running. I'm doing it. I'm doing the thing. I can do it. New Year's resolutions. Let's go.
We're all doing 75 hard.
Yeah, we're going.
Let's
Ready, go.
go.
January 1st, well, January 2nd, because I feel like most people write off New Year's Day. So January
Yeah.
2nd, everyone's like, okay, ready, go. And then we go for a little bit, and then it gets hard to keep going. And then
We're
a few people
tired.
give up. And then, like, around February, a few people hire a coach because they're like, oh, wait, maybe I can't do this alone. And then other people just stop going. And by the end of February, you've either hired a coach, you figured it out, or most people have been like, oh, try again next year. Um, and I say that with love, but like we've been in this industry for a quick minute, and that tends to be how it
But
goes.
you're also probably just nodding your head like, "Yeah, Jill, I've done that at least once."
And such is life. So we had a question, which just means like maybe get the support you need sooner rather than later, but what do I know? Anywho, one of our question was, what is your advice for first timers trying to get the courage to go to the gym? Just go.
Yeah. Just go, set your expectations low. Don't try to go every day.
Yeah.
Don't uh don't try to like sign up for only like 5 a.m. classes or something like that because it's probably going to get old real fast. Um, do pack your gym bag the night before so it's easy. Do pick a gym that is either close to your house or like on your way to work, on your way home to work from work, or like in your house. Get everything set up so that you're like good to go. Pick a gym that you get good vibes from. Um, Pick a workout style that you feel good about, that you're excited about. Don't do something just because well, like, we just talked about Miley Cyrus's arms. So like, don't pick Pilates because you think that like that's it. And then you're like, I fucking hate Pilates. Like don't do that. Like maybe try out different things. I know we've talked about this before, but I don't know like if like post COVID it's come back. But like they used to have like a thing where you could buy a pass and it would get you like a free class at like 10 different places or
Oh
something
yeah,
like that. It was
Yeg
like from
Fitness
like
did
YG
that.
Fitness. You know
Yeah.
what? They're also not called YG Fitness anymore. I think it's YEG Thrive, something like
Oh,
that. Anyways,
so
whatever, it
sorry.
doesn't matter. But
Apologies.
that would be a good thing to do if you were just not sure,
Yeah, they used
right?
to do like the
Lots of
Yeg
places have
Fitness
free
app or
trials.
something. That was smart. They should bring that back. If Yeg
Yeah.
Fitness, Yeg Thrive, whatever your name is, if you're listening, bring that back. I would probably buy it.
Or
Any
a lot of places will have like a lot of sort of bigger places like a Good Life or something like that. They might have a free trial for like a week. Or a lot of CrossFit gyms have free trials for like a week or 2 weeks. Or they
you
have
can
a
also
bring a
just
friend
ask.
day. Or yeah, ask for a free trial. Or if you know people who go to the gym, like maybe some of your coworkers or something like that, ask them where they go. Do they like it? Is the vibe good?
And I come
Like,
with you.
yeah.
Can
Or
come
if
with
you have a friend who works out, like ask them, right? Lots of places will have like a free like bring a friend thing, especially like around Valentine's Day. I feel like that's um it's going to be past that, but a lot of places will have like a bring a friend for whatever or a free trial. Try everything.
I would also say when it comes to like the actual courage of like getting there, have some sort of plan. Like don't just expect
Hmm.
yourself to walk in and be like, I'll figure it out. Because you're not gonna. And then you're gonna get stressed, and then you're gonna be like, everyone's looking at me, and then you're gonna be like, everyone knows that I don't know what I'm doing, and then you're gonna leave and never return. So like have some sort
Yeah.
of game plan walking in so that you're not just like operating on the fly, whether that's like pulling a free like I literally don't care. If you don't have the budget for a coach, pull a workout from one of the billion content creators that posts their workouts on TikTok every day. Um, Ask a friend what they normally do, build yourself a little circuit at home before you go, make some sort of game plan so that you know like where you're headed, what you're doing, that kind of stuff. Um, if you're feeling nervous about it, I saw another trainer post about this and I rolled my eyes because I thought it was bad advice. Um, she had said like, oh, if you're new to the gym and you're worried, like just spend the first like few weeks walking on the treadmill. And I said, few weeks, bro? No, we're not doing
Mm.
that. Like if you're unsure the first day, go get the lay of the land. Sure, hop on a treadmill, do a little walk, feel out how you're feeling. If you're getting too spooked, leave. Try again next time. If you're like, I can do some, go and do it. But like,
Hmm.
do not just walk on a treadmill for a few weeks because you're never going to get off the treadmill.
Yeah. And I will say that like this is also why if you go to I'm gonna keep saying Good Life because that seems to be all I can think of. But if you go somewhere like that, group fitness is a great place to start because you're gonna get the coaching. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys, most people are not really watching you,
Nobody cares.
right?
Everybody in the gym.
Everybody thinks everybody's watching them, but truly nobody is. So, like it's a good place to learn like what a squat might look like, or, that, ooh, I don't do step aerobics because that's not what I like. Um, and it's usually free with your membership. So, it's a good way to try things out, learn a couple things. You know what the other thing is if you're really spooked about going to a gym, you can work out at home.
You can, but
You
I
can
will
get
offer the
a
side
couple
piece
pairs
that
of
like
dumbbells and
it yeah, you can. But if you know you're not gonna, like I know home workouts are never gonna happen for me because I can't be trusted to be alone. I won't get it done. I'll just sit there on TikTok instead because guess what? Nobody knows that I didn't do it. So like I can't be trusted with a home workout. But if you know that you can, yeah, a home, like having a little bit of a home gym set up, great. You're probably still going to want some sort of plan to follow because if you're just like, cool, I have these dumbbells now, what do I do with them? We're probably not going to
shameless
stick to it.
shameless plug, your girl has a really, uh, low point of entry dumbbell only program. It's called
Yeah.
28 Days of Strength. Just send me a message, I'll cook you up.
Yeah, but you probably want something to follow because I think the biggest thing is like, especially when you're first starting out, you want to build that consistency with both like going and the movements and workouts you're
Yeah.
doing, or else you're not going to see progress. And then you're going to be like, why am I doing this? And that's going to be the end of your gym journey. But yeah, like just know that every single person in the gym is far more self-obsessed than you think. Like I promise you, they are far more worried about themselves and what they're up to than anything else. And if they're worried about what you're up to, let me know what gym you go to, and I'll happily show up and be like, bro, what's your problem? Like, I may only be 5'4", but like, I promise I can hold my own in a gym. So,
She's a gym vigilante of
yeah.
sorts.
And nothing makes me more mad than people like making someone uncomfortable in a gym. Like, if you ever end up at the same gym as me and you're like, that person's making me uncomfy, I'll cause a scene. I don't care. um, but it
I
just
think
like,
the most important thing you need to remember is build consistency.
yeah,
Consistency in going, consistency in doing the movements, putting in the work. That is step 1,
yeah.
right?
And then
Is
remind
have the
yourself that,
consistency.
yeah, consistency. Remind yourself nobody cares as much as you think they do. Our brains love to think everyone's focused on us. They're not. They shouldn't be. Um, find a gym that gives you good vibes. And if you don't like the vibes, leave. Because you're
I wanna
definitely not
quit the
gonna,
gym.
yeah, like you're definitely not gonna stay consistent if you dread going because it gives you bad vibes every time you're there.
Yeah, that's true. And yeah, I think if you find somewhere that you enjoy, like, keep going. That's I think just keeping at it, even if you're like, "Ah, I haven't been doing very much. I've only been doing a couple movements every time," or, like, "I'm only staying for, like, half an hour." It's enough. It's
Yeah.
enough.
Just
Do
show
it,
up,
just
do the
build on
thing.
it.
Yeah. And also be friendly at the gym. I know gyms can be scary, but I think everyone puts on like this front at the gym sometimes, and I've noticed it. And I'm just like, guys, we can be nice to each other and we will still make progress in the gym. And not that people like at my gym are inherently rude. I actually really like the gym I go to, other than like all the big name in quotes trainers go to my gym in Edmonton and I just roll my eyes at them, but that's
I
fine.
was just gonna
Um,
say, I think that might be a very niche thing with that, um, group of gyms. And I think it's a very niche thing because a lot of coaches
yeah,
work out there. And I think, and you and I have talked about this before, where like, there's a lot of coaches who think that like all other coaches are the enemy because we're trying to steal each other's clients. And that really couldn't be further from the truth. I don't want your meathead clients.
no.
It's not who I
But yeah,
coach. So take
I
your
think like
steroids and go over there.
it just makes me laugh because I can see that it hurts their brains to watch me walk into that gym and work out personally, not like work there. And I'm like, oh yeah, me and you aren't the
Right.
same. Um,
Right. I think they
but
maybe just like assume that you like wish that you trained people there and you're
yeah,
like, I actually don't care. I'm good.
I'm
I'm
good.
good.
This is my personal gym to work out in. But yeah, I think like just like be nice, be light, be friendly. Don't be scared to ask for help if you need it. Find the girl that's like smiling at people when they walk past. And if you need help, ask her. She'll probably help you.
It
Um,
might be Jill.
it might be. I would love that. And we could be friends. I helped some girl at the gym the other day and I felt so bad because she was like, yeah, I tried to get help like 4 times and no one would look at me. And I'm like, well, everyone's fucking dicks. So I'm glad I saw you.
Oh,
But yeah, just like be nice, be friendly, like look approachable. You might make a friend or two. If you need consistency in the gym, find a gym crush. I have one. This is this unpopular fitness advice. I don't know. It might help. I have a gym crush, except he recently changed workout times, and it's very sad for me. He like
oh,
made a heavy switch from like 2 p.m. in the afternoon to like 8 o'clock in the morning, and I'm like, my guy, what happened? Why did we make this shift? So, um,
shift worker.
I don't like. He's always worked out at the same time, and then my sister was like, yeah, he's here like 8 o'clock in the morning. And I'm like, why did he do that to me? But besides the point, maybe you'll find a gym crush. Maybe you'll make some friends. It's not as scary as you think it is. And you just need to like get in a groove, find your vibe, and you'll be just fine out there.
Yeah, what she said. A gym crush.
What? And that's a good
Oh, I
tip.
love
Find
it.
someone you
I
like
love
to
it.
look at and you'll want to go to the gym more.
But don't be weird about it. We
No,
just
you have to be
said
like
don't stare at other
cool and
people.
chill about it, or else it's gonna get weird. So
Be chill. Be chill. Be chill.
me and my gym crush made eye contact the
Mm.
other day, so we're basically married. I don't know what to tell you.
Wow. Oh,
What a time to be
that's so
alive.
special.
But if you guys, as always, need support, like you want a program to follow, or maybe you had a New Year's resolution and that's not going so hot, we would love to help you get back in the groove of things or start the groove or whatever. We both have many coaching options at many levels, and we would be happy. Like if it doesn't work with me, I'll send you to Jess, vice versa. We would be happy to help you find what works for you.
Yeah, totally. Was there another question? I feel like there was another one. Did we talk about another one?
Uh, Hold on. Pause, please. Um, oh, this is short and sweet. Is there a best time to work out? No. Work out at whatever time you're going to actually go and enjoy going. If you don't want to work out at 5 o'clock in the morning, don't. If you hate working out at 6 p.m., me, don't. Figure
Yeah.
out a time that you enjoy. Like, yes, it has to make sense to your life, but there's no like optimal training time. Your body doesn't care that much.
Yeah. And I think people are really hung up on that. I think the only thing I would want you to be aware of is if you're going to do like a high intensity type workout and it's like 8, 9 o'clock at night, um, you might not be able to wind down very quickly to fall asleep.
Yeah.
And you're going to have to be trying to get in like your recovery calories, et cetera, after that. So just be mindful of how your body reacts. I would try out a couple different times if you have options. If waking up early, like I know I one of my clients was like, I I need to do like one I need to do like some early morning workouts, but I don't know, like I don't want to be an early morning workout person. And I was like, yeah, but like could you do 1 day a week? And that takes care of one thing, and then you do, like, lunchtime or something and whatever it ended up being, and she was like, "Oh, yeah, I never thought of that. I never thought that I could just do one." You can vary your workout times. I kinda like 9, 10 a.m. right now, a solid lunchtime workout, but, sometimes that doesn't always happen in this house. Really hate an evening workout at the moment.
Yeah, I
So
don't think either of
but
us
that
are
could
big
change.
evening workout people.
You know.
Um, but yeah, or give yourself a couple options. This is something I've brought to the attention of a couple clients lately is they're like, well, I want to work out in the morning, but if my kid doesn't sleep well or blah, 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 whatever, then it's not happening. I'm like, okay, cool. So what's our second option? Like if you know mornings are iffy for you, give yourself two options.
Mhm.
Be like, I either do it in the morning. If I don't get it done in the morning, I'm doing it at this time of day. And like give yourself two time slots. That way it's still like scheduled, it's top of mind, you're gonna get it done, but it's not like, oh, the morning didn't work out, so now I can't work out at all. You still have like a fallback of
Yeah.
like this works if morning doesn't. Um, or like if you're like me, my schedule looks different day to day. So I just have to take a look at my schedule the night before and be like, when are we going? And then I just have to
Yeah.
go and get it done.
I have a client who is a really busy mom, and we were trying to figure out when she was going to get time to work out. And um, she, what we ended up doing was like shortening her workout significantly and being like, she walks her kids to school every day and then she goes for like a 20-minute lap around the neighborhood. And then I was like, hey, that's enough for that. And then you have like, I was like, can you find 20 minutes like another time during the day? Um, And she was like, yeah, no, totally. And then it was like that started. And then now she's doing like the same amount of like lifting, the 20-minute walk. And then sometimes she adds in like 30 minutes of run walk on her treadmill or like a Peloton workout. And I'm like, wow, that's snowballed. Like
Yeah.
having the small stuff or like finding little bits of time and then putting it all together, like it doesn't always have to look like I worked out 5 days a week. It can look like, well, if you took all these little snippets of time, that looks like I did 3 1-hour workouts.
Cool.
That's cool, right? Like I challenge you if you're thinking that this like it's not enough. I'm not doing enough time. I'm not putting in the work. It's just map it out on a calendar and then add it up. Because I have a funny feeling that probably is enough. It just doesn't look the way you thought it would.
Yeah.
So I know that's not really what the question was, but um, the truth is if you have to do 10-minute spurts throughout the day to get your workout done, that's okay.
Cool.
Not
Yeah.
gonna,
Yeah.
not gonna
There's
change
no
anything.
ideal time to do it. There's no ideal length of time. It's just like, are you getting it done first? And are you getting to where you want to be? If the answer to either or both of those are no, then we need to make some changes. But there's
Mhm.
no like hard set rule on optimal time of day you train at. Do what works for you and
Yeah,
doesn't make you dread your workout
I
every
would.
time you do it.
I just kind of thought of something along with the whole like you might not be able to fall asleep early or whatever. I know if you're lifting really heavy first thing in the morning, you might need more warm up time because you might be a little like stiff, like waking up, especially if you're older. Or you might notice, depending on the amount of fuel you're able to get in before your early morning workout, that your performance might change if that workout was a little bit later. And I know not everybody has that luxury to move things around. Um, but just consider it if you're struggling in your workouts that um, a lunchtime workout can often you might be more successful because you've had like breakfast and probably a snack in there.
And your body's been moving a little. But yeah,
Yeah.
do what works for you. As always, if you need help, you know where to find us. You can find me at coachjill.april on Instagram and TikTok. You can find the podcast and all of our episodes at Lattes and Lifting Podcast. And in case you forgot, in my bio, and did you ever put it in your bio, the direct links to the podcast? I don't think so. But in my
What
bio,
to the podcast Instagram there is.
so my bio and the podcast page bio, there's direct links to everywhere you can stream our podcast. So if you're not sure where to find it, there's direct
I
links.
mean, there's a link in my bio that you can listen to the podcast
I'll take it.
on my little link thing that I built on my website. Anyways, and if you need to find me, it's at JLAC Fitness.
And we'll catch you guys next time.
Bye.